Hi, my name is Shivali and I welcome you to Bloggers Huddle. Yet another year comes to an end, and what an eventful year this was, 2021. While life is still struggling under a night curfew, we must celebrate the time that we have with us. And is there anything better than spending this time with your friends? So here is a girl gang who is there to support each other. A community of mom bloggers who truly believe in supporting each other, empowering each other, in the most competitive world, when people are pulling each other's leg to climb the corporate ladder or the success in life, these are the women who literally support each other by holding hands and standing strong. So let's welcome each one of them. I shall read out their introductions to you, and then we will get to hear their own stories in their own words. In the Bloggers Huddle, we have with us dashing and dependable darling Deepa, blessed with abundance of positivity, my dear adorable Amreen, serene, subtle and soulful storyteller Sonal Sharma, intriguing and ingenious Ishani Majumdar, assertive yet alluring Avni, tremendously talented Tanu Srinag, sanguine and scintillating Supinder Bakshi, sophisticated and soulful Shweta Malhotra, subtle yet sassy Sarita Shukla, sensible and sensitive Sunu Gogan, the person that I adore and admire a great deal Arushi, and modest and methodical, my dear mathematician Manju. And now that we start the huddle, let's start with Deepa Jandial.
Hi, everyone. I'm Deepa Jandial, and I belong to Meerut only, a city in state of UP, and I hail from a business family. And fortunately, I would say I'm married into to a businessman only, and even he is based in Meerut. And I'm a mother to two lovely teenage boys. My elder one is 16, and almost he'll be 17 very soon, and my younger one just got 13 2 days back. And now, if I talk about my blogging journey, blogging happened to me per chance during the lockdown. Though writing always interested me, but due to the humdrum of life, I just couldn't take it. And yes, I'm really grateful to the lockdown that allowed me to take up writing. And it's been more than an year that I've been writing on a lot of platforms, and the journey has been so enriching so far, because I have not only learned, I have not only imbibed a lot of things from other bloggers, from other people who've been writing, but I have also made relationships for life. I've earned plenty of friends, and the entire journey, the entire experience so far has been absolutely delightful. And I have even published a book. To my credit, I have a book. I published it in the month of May 2020, and the title of the book is Duft, Myriad Fragrances of Life. The book is basically an anthology of 60 poems and microfictions, and from all genre, be it inspirational, romantic, few from comedy also, and there are a few anecdotes from my own life too.
Thank you so much for briefing us about you. Such a lovely introduction you gave. And I would now request you to please recite or read a poem or a story that you want to do for us.
Yeah, sure. Though it was difficult to decide what I'm going to read, because there are a lot of pieces that I love, but yet, since we are, at the verge of uh, getting into completing the year 2021 and stepping into 2022, so I thought, what better than to feel grateful and thank everyone for that. So, my piece is titled "Always in Gratitude." Here it goes. Today, I'm grateful not just for being alive, but to savor to the fullest each beautiful day of this precious life. Fresh food on my table, roof over my head, no vexation to earn my daily bread. A loving family, adorable friends, with them around, my trepidation ends. A fit body, a mind healthy, for which I incessantly thank the Almighty. There's no end to worldly pleasures and desires. We keep asking God for more, even when we don't require. Dear Lord, I'm immensely grateful for your love and divine light, for blessing me with days bright, peaceful nights. Thank you.
That was beautiful. We have so much to be grateful about, and gratitude of attitude is the right attitude to carry. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful piece with us, Deepa. And now let's listen from Amreen.
Hello everyone, this is Amrin with you. First of all, thank you so much Shivali for giving us this opportunity. As we are entering into the new year, I want to share a few lines with you that I really feel that we live in a fractured world and we need to think about this. Why have you born? What have you done? Have you ever pondered? Have you thought over it ever? There is a purpose we are alive. There is a motive that we exist. Let us be a reason for someone still hanging on to their lives. Let us be the reason for someone swimming through the tides. Show them love when they need the most. Give them a shoulder and assure them they have a friend who dwells along the coast. Teach them to fight when they are giving in. Make them laugh when they are losing it. Not everyone is born with a golden or silver spoon in their mouth. Do not make shambles of their standards or abolish their diction. A little appreciation, a little gratitude, with servitude and right attitude along the line, you can heal, not by magic, but through your deeds. Let this way of wise be our course of life. Thank you.
This is beautiful. I could actually use these as the lines to tell people that I'm a coach. They're so beautifully played and wonderfully placed words, and I totally love the feeling behind it. So, Amreen, tell us more about yourself, please.
Okay, I'm a mother of 10-year-old boy, and I was born in Porbandar, but we settled in Madurai, Tamil Nadu, city of temples. And I'm a business graduate, and now I'm a full-time happy homemaker. I entered into writing accidentally, but it actually fills my void, and I can express my feelings through words. And I'm extremely passionate about learning new things, and I love henna designing and cooking. That's
Super.
it.
So we get to see some of your henna designing very soon, right?
Sure,
I'm
I'll
so
send you the
looking forward
stamps.
to it.
Yeah, sure.
And now I would request Sonal to please come and enlighten us with her piece of poetry.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sonal Sharma, and I'm a passionate writer, blogger, storyteller, and also a speaker for All India Radio. At the onset, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Shivali for having me here. My blogging journey started 5 years back when we shifted to India permanently. There was a void that I could feel, and at that time my daughters were quite small. But then I came across this platform called Momspresso, and that was the time when I wrote my first blog. But since then, it was an on and off journey. But I became consistent during the lockdown, and during that time only I realized that I have this flair for storytelling, and that's how I became a storyteller and also a speaker for All India Radio. So today I feel it has since then it has been a really enriching and accomplishing journey so far. So today I'm happy with who I am and what I am doing. So today I would narrate us very simple, yet a piece that gives a very powerful message. And I would like to implement this in my personal life as I step into the new year. So my piece is titled, What If Tomorrow Never Comes? EGO, a very small 3-lettered word. I love you, 3 words. I am sorry, 3 words. Please forgive me, again 3 words. Thanks a lot, again 3 words. Such a beautiful set of magical words are these, aren't they? Yet, most of the time, this beautiful set of magical words fail to overpower this tiny letter word called ego. Why? Why is it so difficult for us to put aside our ego and say what we really want to say? Why? I simply don't understand. You never know how long life and your loved ones are with you. And you simply cannot take a chance to mess up with the most amazing experiences of life just because your ego held you back. Please, the last 2 years have really been tough. Please do not step into 2022 with the emotional baggage you have been carrying for years. The right time is right here, right now. Please do not waste a single minute. Say what you want to say. आज एक इजहार और कर लो, आज एक माफी और दे दो, आज एक माफी और मांग लो, आज एक शुक्रिया और कर दो, आज एक हंसी और बांट लो, आज एक जिंदगी और जी लो. क्या पता आज कल हो ना हो. What if tomorrow never comes? All you are left with is today. All you are left with is today. Thank you so much.
Bravo, bravo. I had goosebumps and I felt like stopping you in between saying that's so nice. You've written so profound, so wonderful. Sonal, thank you so much. Thank you. Now I would request Ishani to please come and share her views. Ishani is a hardcore IT professional who has a very, very soft heart, who loves to write poetry and blogs. So let's hear it from Ishani now.
Hi Shivali, thank you for inviting me. It's a privilege to be part of this group. Hello friends, I'm Ishani Majmudar, mother to a toddler son. So I am a software professional and I love to pen down my thoughts in form of short stories and quotes. And it was like during my maternity break that I could discover my love of writing, and since then there's no looking back. These days I don't write often, but I make sure to pen down few quotes to inspire someone whenever it comes across my mind.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ishani. And I would request you now to please read a beautiful piece from your collection.
Yes, sure. So this one is, I'm sure every one of us would be able to relate it. This was my first winning piece, so let me read this one. Alas, gone are those days. Once upon a time, those were the days. Spending vacation had many ways. Sleeping on terrace was like treat. Played cricket, gilli danda, marbles in street. Indoor included Ludo, snakes and ladder, Mario. Chacha Chaudhary Shaktiman were our superhero. Relished cola candy of worth a rupee, while chocolates like Melody and Kiss Me. Camera had rolls and photos were shot, with drinks in hand like Tasna and Gold Spot. Postcards were a medium of communication. Black and white TV had only Doordarshan. Watched Disney, Jungle Book and Malgudi Days. Listened radio, tapes, gramophone for songs that played. Now missing those days.
That was so nostalgic. Thank you so much, Ishani, for sharing this beautiful piece with us. I'm sure it took everybody to those golden moments, the golden era of our lives when we enjoyed these things. Thank you so much, Ishani.
Thank you, Shivali. Indeed, those 90s era was indeed a golden era.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Ishani. The next guest is a powerhouse of talents that she has, and she flaunts them so beautifully, so effortlessly. Let's hear it from Avni.
Hi, I'm Avni. And first of all, I am grateful to 2021 only because I met you all. Because Mom's Presso brought us all together, and Mom's Presso and you all have been the stress busters for me. Because COVID, bacche, there was so much stress, and you all were a bliss for me throughout the year. और आज जो मैं पढ़ने जा रही हूँ, जो बोलने जा रही हूँ, it was something that was in my draft since long. कभी पढ़ा नहीं, ऐसे लगा क्या सब हंसेंगे, बचकाना सा है. But today I thought, why not? So I hope you enjoy it. So it goes like this. The title is बेहतर. मैं हमेशा चाहती थी मुझ जैसा कोई. मैं हमेशा चाहती थी मुझ जैसा कोई. मैं ना शादी के लिए वो चाहती थी, वो धांसू सा, डैशिंग सा, माचो सा हस्बैंड. धांसू ही कहते हैं ना उसे, बस वैसा ही. बट जिस दिन उसे पहली बार मिली ना, तब देखा तो लगा कि अरे यार, ये तो बड़ा सीधा सादा सा बंदा है, एकदम शर्मीला सा. फिर सोचा चलो शादी करके ही देख लेते हैं. मैं सोचती थी कि शादी के बाद वो मुझे पलकों पे बिठा के रखेगा, मैं कोई काम नहीं करने वाली, नो. पर उसने मुझे हर एक काम सलीके से करना सिखा दिया. वो कहते हैं ना, इंडिपेंडेंट बना दिया. मैं चाहती थी वो मुझे हर रात डेट पे ले जाए. मैं चाहती थी वो मुझे हर रात डेट पे ले जाए. पर उसने मुझे रातों को जगाकर मुझसे एमबीए करवा लिया. मैं चाहती थी मैं जैसी भी हूं, जो भी हूं, वो बस मुझे वैसे ही अपनाए. मैं चाहती थी मैं जो हूं, जैसी हूं, वो मुझे वैसे ही अपनाए. पर उसने तो मुझे बदल दिया. पर उसने मुझे बदल दिया क्योंकि उसने मुझे बेहतर बना दिया. क्योंकि उसने मुझे बेहतर बना दिया. जो चाहा था, जैसा चाहा था, वैसा तो नहीं मिला. पर जो मिला वो उससे कहीं ज्यादा बेहतर मिला. जो मिला वो उससे कहीं ज्यादा बेहतर मिला. थैंक यू.
बहुत खूबसूरत. Thank you so much, Avni. And now I would request Tanu to please come. Tanushri is another published author amongst us, like Deepa and Sukhinder. And now let's hear it from Tanu, what she has to share with us today.
Hello everyone, this is Tanushree. To tell you honestly, writing uh, was my first love. Means I've started writing since I was in college. But during those days, I was so shy that I wouldn't share my writing with anybody. I just kept those to my diary only. But later on, when I stumbled upon Momspresso, I somehow managed to get the enough courage to publish my first blog over there. And the appreciation, the love I received from there, and it just gave me more confidence and courage to keep on writing. And during the lockdown, I started writing more often. And there I met some beautiful blogger friends who are now like an extended family to me. And it's like a learning process, a continuous process of learning and enriching process where I'm learning from all of them. And we are sharing thoughts, we are sharing ideas with each other. And it's a beautiful, lovely sisterhood, which always encourages you, which always helps you to grow. And we are pillars of strength for each other. So that's all about my writing journey. And I'm so happy to be part of this beautiful sisterhood. And basically, if you all have ever read or heard any of my work, so you'll know that I'm a very optimistic person. Whatever I write, I tend to end it with a hint of optimism. So here again, the name of the poem is We Meet Again and Again. We are meant to be together, you and me. No matter how hard they try, skate, scotch, bake our bed, snatching me away, your heart they desiccate. You lament in your parched bed, I levitate. Meandering through the woods hesitant, you wander across the trail serpentine, never losing hope as our conjugation is predestined. I traverse the seven seas across the hills, pursuing passerine birds' spining trills. Finally, filled with untamed passion, I drizzle with love drench your caked bosom. As I suffuse through your thirsty expanse, spilling, splashing in your assuring embrace, we meet again, the river and the rain, you and me. Thank you.
That was beautiful, literally full of positivity. That is what we see in all of your work, like you said, that it's always loaded with a lot of positivity. It has a positive ending. Thank you so much, Tanushree, for sharing this beautiful piece with us. And now I would request Sukhwinder to please come and share about her journey as a blogger, and also, if possible, and also please share a piece of poetry or writing that she has for us today.
Hi, everybody. I'm very grateful to Dr. Shivali for having this huddle and inviting us all over for this lovely meet. I'm Delhi based. I'm a mom to a tween, and I am a stay-at-home mom currently. I was a software engineer, and I took to writing during lockdown. So I am a lockdown writer, and Momspresso is responsible for this writing blogger to emerge. And I have since June 2020, I have been loving this this writing journey of mine, and especially because I could get to meet so many of you, so many friends I have made, and who have really become an extended family to me too, like all of you. And it's so great to be here. Not taking much time, I would like to read a piece that I wrote recently. Okay, so it's titled "The Most Mysterious Mystery." The universal mystery that keeps resonating in the hearts of half the population is what the other half desires. In short, what women want. At any stage, at any age, all a woman wants is love. Thus goes the famous adage. But what all is entailed in that love? Not only love in between the sheets, though one can't discount that either. Love acts as her divine breather, the love that encompasses respect for her choices, the love that exemplifies lending an ear to her deeply confidential voices. Love that symbolizes unprecedented trust in her abilities, the love that personifies a non-judgmental perspective of her fantasies. Hey men, hope you are an inch closer to resolving the biggest mystery on earth. What on earth do women want? Thank you so much.
That was brilliant, Sukhwinder. Thank you so much for sharing this delightful piece with us. Absolutely what women want. It still remains a mystery, but it can be solved with a little trick of love, compassion, and respect for her. So thank you so much, Sukhwinder, for sharing this with us today. Coming up next is Shweta Malhotra. She is a teacher at heart, not just by profession. She is a teacher at heart, and what she does with her weekend club, along with the kids in her group, is commendable. Small gestures, but that make big difference in life. Let's hear it from Shweta, and let's hear what she has to share with us today.
Hi everyone, my name is Shweta Malhotra. Thank you, Shivali, for arranging this meet. This is the beautiful end to this year. Thank you so much for this. And you have seen me in various roles. You have seen me as a writer, as a vlogger, as a story narrator. But something that is very close to my heart is being a teacher, which I always cherish and which I will, never forget in my life. And I'll always remain the same forever in my life, because the love, the respect, and the joy the little angels have given me is truly deeply somewhere in my heart. And I'll be always a teacher for them and for, everyone around. And 2021 was a tough year for me and for many of us. So there was just one thing which I always remembered, that we are never going to quit. So this poem is, a reminder for me, which has traveled through me this year, and I want to share it with all of you. So the title of the poem is Don't Quit. It's not written by me, it's written by Edgar Albert. So here it goes. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you are trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, when you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure turns about when he might have won, he had stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You might succeed with another blow. Often the struggler has given up when he might captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when the night slipped down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things seems worst that you must not quit. So never quit. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was phenomenal. Don't quit. Yeah, I think that should be the motto for next year. Let's not quit on all the good things that we have learned during 2021. And let's continue with what we have learned as a lesson from 2020, 2021, and continue in 2022 with much better commitment, dedication, and sincerity towards helping each other, helping ourselves to build a better community. And I think with people like Shweta, it's really possible to do it. Thank you so much, Shweta, for sharing this wonderful piece with us. And now I take the pleasure of inviting the queen of romance, as she's very fondly called amongst the bloggers circle and community, Sarita Shukla. Hi, Sarita. Please enlighten us with your creativity tonight.
I'm one of those you see every day, still the one you hardly remember. Through my words, I'm trying my best to be somewhere in you, somewhere, someone who never forgets. Hi everyone, this is Sarita, a writer by passion, a poet because my heart has to say a lot. Proud mom to two little bunnies, and I guess the mom in me made me reach here where I am today with you all. आज कुछ कही अनकही आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करना चाहूंगी। हैं कुछ किस्से, कुछ कहानियां, कही अनकही, जो कहा सुना वो दूर कहीं हो चला, जो अनकही रही वो थी कुछ चादर की सिलवटें, एक महक जो पहचानी सी थी आज ओझल है नजरों से। मिल ना सकेंगे कभी दोबारा है इल्म इस बात का, पर न जाने क्यों बीता हुआ बीता आज भी नहीं लगता। भूल जाती हूँ अक्सर, देर भी हो जाती है मुझे ये कहने में कि थोड़ा और रुक जाते तो जीवन की इस राह पर कुछ दिन और साथ चले होते, साथ मुश्किलें झेली होती, साथ खुश हो लिए होते। हाँ, जो तुम आज हो नहीं, गम हमेशा ही रहेगा, पर आने वाली सुबह की उस उषा में तुम भी कहीं रोशनी बिखेरोगे, इस बात की हमेशा तसल्ली भी रहेगी। एक नई किरण जब मेरे झरोखे पर दस्तक देगी, मैं उसे थाम निकल पड़ूंगी जीवन के एक नए सफर पर, एक नई राह खोजे उन पुरानी यादों की पगडंडियों के सहारे। वो बयार जब हौले से मुझे आज भी छुएगी ना, मैं वहीं रुक तुम्हारी मौजूदगी का एहसास लूंगी। तुम हो साथ हमेशा, एक एहसास की तरह, हर सांस में आभास की तरह।
Thank you so much, Sarita, and keep writing, keep inspiring, and keep giving us such creative ideas. So we all love to listen to. Thank you so much, Sarita, for such a wonderful compilation of stories and poems that we heard from all of you. And thank you so much once again for coming to this platform and telling about your own life stories. One thing that I would like to ask each one of you, and you can take your turns to answer. Women's voice have to be heard, right? And you have been writing your stories and poems. You have been giving messages to the community. At this point, I would like to understand from you, what do you think that your writing has contributed towards the community, or what message would you like to give through your writing to the group, to the community?
So I started writing Shivali when I was pregnant for the second time, and I went through a very complicated pregnancy. And it was the moments were very scary. I had it was very critical. So all I discovered through my write-ups was that the strength is within me, because that was the time when I knew I don't have any option. And um but then when I started writing, and I discussed about my this pregnancy, I many people read that. I think there were lakhs of women who read this, and there were thousands of comments who said, we wanted to hear this because you have come out of this. We wanted to hear such story, and this is something that not everyone will discuss about. I don't know why, because it was just anything can happen to anyone. So I thought that this particular message that I read was that I also went through the same kind of pregnancy, and people at my place were not able to understand about this. But when I read this article, when I read your story to my family, I showed them, and then they actually understood what has happened to her. So this was something I thought that we can bring up through our writing. That
your own story is
yes,
being communicated. That's so beautiful.
yes,
That's so beautiful. I'd like to go to Deepa now and like to ask. She writes stories mostly about her own anecdotal experiences that she has. So, is there any message that you want to share with us, Deepa?
Yeah, well, so to begin with, there's a saying, before helping others, one should help his or her own self. So, first and foremost, through my stories, I have helped myself. I have found my place, my ground. So, one thing is this. And then when I come talk about others, about contributing to the society, through my own experiences of my own life, my pregnancy, my failures, my insecurities, the only thing that I look out for is that even if one woman, gets inspired about, and then she comes, like mostly we women, what do? After marriage, we tend to lose our own identity. We get busy with husband, with kids, with in-laws. So even if one woman comes out and she feels, yes, along with the managing the house, she can take care of her own interests, her own health. So, my job is done. So that is my only purpose, to inspire women. And, the one you talked about, drugs, nothing, that was a work of pure fiction. But yes, since we keep hearing about drugs, the youth of our country getting into drugs. So through that, I just wanted to give a message to the youth of our country that, there's nothing good about drugs, and there's a better, beautiful future to look ahead. So that is all, I think.
So what you mentioned is something that I always say in all the workshops that I run, is about self-care and self-love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a beautiful message given. I would like to go to Tanu, if she would like to share what she believes in and what she likes to communicate through her writing.
Well, Shivali, I've always believed that we women in our society have been stereotyped. And how? Like in every sector, wherever we go, like in whichever sect of society we belong to, women are always being stereotyped. And I usually, through my writings, I try to challenge those stereotypes. Not only for women, for men as well. Sometimes, like when we talk about men, like in one of my blogs I had mentioned, where whenever it comes to abuse, whenever a woman uh, cries foul, whenever she says that she has been abused, nobody questions whether she is right or wrong. We always point our fingers at the men, because we take it for granted that if a woman is crying foul, then the man must have done something. So similarly, means these are the stereotypes which I try to challenge through my writing. And similarly for women, like there are many stereotypes around women. Like everywhere we go, we are stereotyped because as a weaker sex, we are stereotyped as like not so much financially capable, not so much independent. Even the women who are well educated, who have a financial independence, but still they are treated as a second class citizen in their own families. So these are some of the stereotypes I just try to break through, and I try to bring forth the hypocrisy of our society through our writing.
That's a wonderful cause. I would say that's questioning the stereotypes is a wonderful message also to give, that each woman should not just question those, also should ensure that it doesn't happen, it doesn't get carried forward to the next generation.
I just said that we ourselves have this onus on us to make the next generations understand that we are the one who can bring about the change. We cannot be considered as the weaker sex just because society calls us so.
No, absolutely. So that's a very powerful message, Tanu. Thank you so much. Sukhvinder, do you have, what is your the message that you write?
Okay, thank you, Shivali, for this. This is really making me go down memory lane. Even I had a difficult pregnancy, and my child has, had a lot of problems always accompanying us throughout. And through this journey, I always used to keep questioning, why me? And and okay, you pass through those stages, and now when I have started writing and blogging, and so now I realize why me, because I had to go through all that to reach the stage where I could pen down my journey, as a of the difficult pregnancy, of my child suffering through so much. And that's how I have inspired a lot of people. And then my mother-in-law also had a stroke. That, yeah, I mean, things will go down, things will go bad, but then we have to keep fighting, and we have to survive, any which way. And now that when people and when bloggers and readers, they come and say that, yeah, this has been really inspiring, it means a lot. It mainly now doesn't really help me question that why me. It makes me empowered, that at least even if one person gets motivated to fight, and not quit, it really would help. And now I feel blessed that there are a lot of like now that I read so many bloggers, so I come across lots of issues that women are facing. And I feel blessed that we are not facing those, but through our writings, we can, bring about awareness. We can get people talking. At least there can be some initiation of talks, because otherwise things will remain the same as they have been for centuries. If we don't even talk, when we talk, we'll start talking, awareness will build up, and slowly things can change. After all, we all want to change. We say that we are educated, we are in the 21st century, but still in a lot of things, I feel that things are seriously the same. So till we initiate the talks, and that is how we can get together, and as a sisterhood, as a womanhood community, we can bring about some change somewhere to start with, to begin with.
Wonderful. So staying positive, don't quit your fights, and empower your thoughts. Wonderful message, yeah, Sukhvinder. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
This. And I think this is what we all need. That is a need of the hour for all of us, to bring the change. Like Tanu said, that be the change to bring the change. So let's make the change today. And Sonal, I would like to come to you. Share what you believe truly when you write your blogs.
Yes, Shivali, I feel that a woman, she play myriad of roles. She's as a daughter, then, as a mother, as a daughter-in-law, as a sister, and, all as a wife. And then all the roles, they have their own set of challenges. Nothing is smooth for her. Nothing, and would be. But then, how she goes through every phase, how she goes through every role, and how she comes out of that to a stage where she can share what she has been through and how she can inspire others. So that's what I feel, because when I write, I just make sure that my writings, they end on a positive note. like I want my writings, because I just feel there's so much negativity all around. So I just want that if through my journey as a daughter, as a sister, as a mother, as a wife, or even as a storyteller or a writer, if it can inspire someone, I mean, nothing can be more enriching for me. And we have this beautiful gift. God has given us this beautiful gift, the power, the power to write, the power of the pen. And so if through that power, if like through writing, if we can just be the little change that we want to see in the world, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. And if we won't do, then who else will? As a writer, as a storyteller, in whatever capacity we are. So, and that's that's our way of giving back to God what He has given us. What to a point, we have how we have faced those struggles, our journey, and how we have coped up, as Sarita said about the pregnancies and the the bringing up the kids, and then sharing the experiences. That it's hard, the point where you felt that okay, there's the end to everything, but then how you rose up, you got up from the ashes, and you gathered yourself up, and to a point where you can share that okay, yes, how strong you can be. So that's what I feel.
Beautiful thought. Thank you so much, Sonal. Shweta, coming to you as a teacher and as a blogger, there is so much that we keep seeing what you're doing, but through your blogs, what is that one message that you want to communicate?
Well, I think writing is something which is very powerful. No doubt, we are coming up with so many topics which are still considered as a taboo in a society. We still, hesitate to talk about a lot of things, but we are giving voice to all those topics, all those things. And besides that, writing is something which has helped me to make connections. So we all are here because of our writings only. We are connected to each other, and the best part is that we are motivating each other. And there is this very old saying, which is very, familiar there in the society, that औरत ही औरत की दुश्मन होती है. But we want to tell everybody that please look at this platform. We all are here standing by each other, supporting each other, and we are there with each other today and always will always be there. So this is something, which writing has given to all of us, a support, a strength, which everybody needs, and we are ready to give it to others as well.
Wow, that's music to my ears. So lovely. What a wonderful message. Thank you so much there. I'd like to ask Amreen if you would like to share your views.
Yeah, Shivani. I believe my writings mostly include like equality. I believe in equality. Let there be men, women, rich, poor, regardless of who they are. I believe that there should be equality. My first story was about a rape victim. The prompt was given by Sarita. So that time I wrote about a woman. Today, when the prompt came about that's not fair, I wrote about men belittling men's issues. So according to me, both are equal, both go hand in hand. The issues of one gender should not be forgotten. Matlab, both has to be treated equally. According to me, that's it.
That's really brilliant, Amreen. And only to be fair, you have to treat both the genders, rather all the genders equally, and give each and every person their respect and their right. So thank you so much there, Amreen. Ishani, what do you like to communicate through your blogs? What message you like to give?
Yes, Shivaji. So I would like to share. Already writing and would also like to write in future more on how, as a woman, we should overcome our challenges. Take stand for your decision, for your opinion, and stay strong no matter what. And fight for the justice. Fight for what is right for you, what you feel is just for yourself. That's all.
Super, super, super. Thank you, Ishani. Thank you for sharing your views. And definitely, yes, empower yourself to empower the other women first. So, Sunu, over to you. What are your views? What you like to communicate through your blogs, and what message would you like to give?
What I experience is that my scars gets healed 100% when one woman is empowered from my story.
Oh,
That's what
wow.
I feel.
This is beautiful.
That's all.
Wow, more power to you, Sunu. And what amazing thought there. My scars get healed when I empower some other woman. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Sunu.
you. Thank you, Shivani.
Arushi, would you like to share your views?
I think that many of us, we write about our inner struggles, what we've been through, or what we'd like to be. I think through my blogs, through the connections that I've made through my blogs, I think I have tried what I've, the message I've tried to give is that it's okay to be, ourselves. That is what I want to be comfortable in my skin. I want to be the way I am, I'm not perfect. And I just want to, convey the message through my blogs that it's okay not to be perfect. We are all a little broken. And I think we are beautiful in our own way. So I believe that. And I'm not, 100% what I want to be, but I'm getting there. Trying to get more comfortable in my skin, trying to be what I really am, not to go by the norms set by the society. And I think that is the message I'm trying to convey through my blogs.
Beautiful message there. Beautiful. Self-acceptance is the first step towards self-love. So
it's okay not to be okay sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful message, Arushi, and more power to your thoughts. So continue inspiring us with your beautiful work that you're doing, all of you. Avni, over to you. And I would like to say that a lot of times I realized that my thoughts were resonated in Avni's blogs, the days that I used to write. And so what message would you like to give through your blogs, and what do you give as a message to people?
Shivali, your question has made me nostalgic because I have been the most immature person throughout my life. I'm still the immature person. And what writing has taught me, the first thing is to uplift others. And the second thing, it has somehow made me more mature. I think twice before I know somebody. Otherwise, maybe वैसी ही थी. I used to be judgmental about myself also, about others also. But what writing has taught me is all of us are going through something. कुछ ना कुछ सबके अंदर होता है. So let each one be the way they are. Accept them as they are. And I feel better. You should not crib. Better you went out. You go to some person, you always have that one person where you can just go and you can vent out, you can just take out your bhadas or your pain or your anxiety, but don't crib. And मैंने अभी वो जो आओ बैठो बातें करो डाला था, I am surprised that I have virtual friends for years and suddenly I have got DMs that let's talk, we need to talk. And some of them were like, my sister is going through this mental torture and abuse, and can we please discuss it with her? She is not ready to discuss. So I feel ki there is so much pain, and it would be great if we could share a bit. मतलब हमारे लिखने से अगर किसी को फायदा होता है या किसी को इतनी सी भी मोटिवेशन मिलती है, तो it would be like nothing like that.
Beautiful. So this also is a result of how बैठो बातें करें, because the day that I saw that post and I thought, yeah, why not? We should
Thank
also,
you so much,
all of us
Shivali.
should just huddle up and meet and talk to each other. Absolutely. That is how when everybody else's supporter, that's how we all
Yes,
uplift each
true.
other and we grow forward. So beautiful
Absolutely.
message there. Thank you so much, Avni. Thank you for
Shivali.
sharing your valuable insights with us. Manju, over to you. Would you like to share what message you like to give to your audience, or what message you give through your blogs?
शिवाली, मैंने ना कभी भी ऐसे नहीं लिखा कि मतलब मुझे, बिकॉज आई एम एन इंट्रोवर्ट पर्सन, तो जो मेरे मन में होता था मैं कई बारी बोल नहीं पाती हूँ या बता नहीं पाती हूँ, तो आई यूज टू राइट दैट स्टफ ओनली, बट हाँ राइटिंग से ये हुआ कि मेरी लाइफ बहुत ज्यादा चेंज हो गई। मतलब मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि मैं रीस्टार्ट करूंगी या कुछ और करूंगी या लाइफ में कुछ और होगा, तो इट चेंज माय लाइफ राइटिंग। और ऑफ कोर्स बहुत सारा कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा है, अभी भी सीख रही हूँ। तो बाकी किसी का तो कुछ नहीं पता कि किसी के लिए कुछ मैसेज किया कि नहीं, पर अपने लिए काफी कुछ अच्छा रहा, काफी अपलिफ्टिंग रहा मेरे लिए। मतलब
नहीं, ये बहुत बढ़िया है। अपने आप में ये खुद के लिए अगर आपने अपने आप को संभाल लिया तो बाकी लोगों को तो आप संभाल ही लेंगे। और
Exactly.
जब हम पढ़ते हैं किसी की स्टोरी कि उन्होंने अपने आप को इस इतनी टफ सिचुएशन से बाहर निकाला, तो थोड़ा खुद को भी हिम्मत मिलती है कि हाँ हम भी बाहर निकल सकते हैं। सो ऑन दैट ब्यूटीफुल नोट, थैंक यू सो मच ईच वन ऑफ यू फॉर शेयरिंग योर लवली व्यूज, एंड आई विश यू अ वंडरफुल 2022 and just keep shining the way that you do. Thank you so much once again, and
Thank you
God
so
bless.
much, Shivali.
Thank you for organizing.
Thank you so much, all
Thank
of
you, Shivali.